Hello, my loves, and welcome back to Shadowplaytarot. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If this is your first time here, welcome. Make yourselves at home. There is a lot of content to catch up on. And if you're returning, well, my babies, you guys already know how I feel about you. I just appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for coming back and spending more of your time with me here on the channel. So let's just get into today's reading. I know why you guys are here. Today, we are going to be looking into getting us information about your future spouse. We are going to be looking into who is your future spouse, but this reading is more so going to be focused on your first spicy moment or time with your future spouse. So this could be describing your first kiss or the first time you guys hook up. I don't know. We're going to be diving in. Again, it's not as heavy emphasis as to who this person is. The heavier emphasis is going to be on the spicier stuff. Or hopefully it's spicy, or at least it'll be cute. I don't know. We'll see. And speaking of, you guys know it is a collective reading, so if I happen to describe something or a person that you are just not interested in, if it feels chaotic or confusing or just not what you want in your life, lucky for you, this is just a little tarot reading on YouTube, and it does not dictate or signify how you're going to choose to live and yeah, what's for you, okay? I do need to remind you guys of that. All right. So with that being said, you guys know what to do. We have 3 groups to choose from. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Whenever you're ready, I'll meet you at your reading. Hello, my group number 1s. If you picked this Page of Wands sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today, we are going to be doing a little future spouse reading, but with more heavier emphasis on the first time that you and your future spouse get a little spicy, whether that's your first kiss or the first time you guys hook up, whatever it may be, we are going to be diving in and asking that question. We are going to begin this reading by asking a little bit about who this person is, and then we'll be moving on to moving on to the fun stuff. I mean, hopefully it's all fun. But anyway, you guys know I am always going to remind you that it is a collective reading, and specifically with future spouse and your next relationship and all of these things, you guys get so upset sometimes over maybe the person or the situation I describe. And hey, I get it. You come to these readings hoping to hear something that just feels really, really good and it helps uplift your day. But if it does not do that, you guys, it's okay. It just probably means it's not your reading. There's really, there's no need to get upset to the point where you are just, unleashing in the comments. And like I said, I do say that because there is something very triggering about your next relationship or your future spouse readings. I'm just a little tarot lady on the internet with my little cards, telling stories that I see. And if it's not yours, that's okay. Honestly, yeah, that's probably, that's normal. Not everything's going to be for you. All right. Besides all of that, my loves, thank you for being here today. Let's get to it. Let's see. Let's ask a little bit about who your future spouse is going to be. All right, let's begin. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number 1s. All right, my messages for my group 1s. Well, I'm so excited for you guys. Let's see, who is this person? That's probably because it's the Page of Wands group. That's going to be a fun time. All right, thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 1s. Who is their future spouse? What can we know? What can we know about my group number 1's future spouse? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group 1s. What can we know about their future spouse? Who is this person? What can we know about them? All right, we have Temperance reverse. 4 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords in reverse. All right, so this person, they really kind of, I just heard like overprotective, or they kind of like maybe they are like overcorrecting. And that's because they either went through some kind of heartbreak, or this person, in their eyes, they feel like this is how you avoid heartbreak, and it might be just to not open up. That 4 of Pentacles tells me, I think they're pretty closed off. So you guys get along really well. You guys are going to have similar hobbies, or maybe even like share friends, maybe an environment. There is something here about you guys working really well together and getting along. Yeah, you guys are going to spend a lot of time together doing this. So your guys' priorities are pretty similar, or they're in alignment. How you guys like to spend your money, your time, your energy, it feels like that's a pretty good flow with this person. But it is going to frustrate you that you guys are spending all this time together and it's almost like, okay, hey, it's like everything is good. It's, you know, all signs are pointing to we're compatible, but there is going to be, they're going to be holding back, or it's going to take a while before they kind of open up and they're vulnerable. But this is how you guys are going to end up getting to know each other. It is by spending a lot of time together. It feels like either working together or in some kind of environment. Yeah, the environment, it's not going to be dating. This feels like this is something outside of love and romance. It feels like it's school or work, or maybe the gym, or yeah, maybe someplace that we go and hang out. You guys would be there for the same reason. There's similar reasons. Why Temperance reverse? Four of Swords reverse. Why the Four of Pentacles? Who is their future spouse? Knight of Pentacles. This is a long time. This is like, a lot of you guys might know this person for like 4 years before kind of things start progressing. Maybe you guys even meet them at a 4-year. Maybe you meet them in college, or maybe you worked with them for a few months. I don't know. The Pentacles are months or years. So it just depends. But you're going to know this person for a long time. You guys are going to hang out. You guys are going to go out. You guys are going to talk. There's a lot of like, kind of like back and forth. Tell me why the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it takes them a long time to open up. Why the Three of Pentacles? Eight of Cups. Tell me why the Seven of Pentacles. Three of Cups. So you guys, like, you and this person, you guys celebrate each other's like victories, or you celebrate like the good things going on in each other's lives. This could even feel like you guys end up with that Eight of Cups and that Three of Pentacles. I don't know. You guys could even kind of see something through together, where it's like, oh, we don't need to come here anymore. We graduated, or, you know, we moved on up. It's like there's almost like a completion of a cycle here that happens in this environment that you know them from. Tell me why Lovers reverse. Two of Swords reverse. Tell me why Lovers reverse with the Two of Swords reverse. Queen of Cups, the Star, and the Six of Wands in reverse. So you have love and understanding and like care for this person. Like you might even like fall in love with this person. But it's interesting because the way you see it, it's like it's a very healing connection, but not necessarily something that you want to move forward with, or not forward with, but maybe that you want to like push ahead, you know? It's almost like I'm not going to pay attention to it, or I'm not going to pay attention to my feelings. You know, we're here to do our job, or we're here to do the thing. We're here to do this. But I do think that through the time that you know this person, or that you guys get to know each other, there's a lot of healing that happens in your life. And I feel like your love life, or your romantic love life, or your feelings for this person are almost like low on the totem pole of when you kind of want to deal with them or acknowledge them. So I do think that you and this person grow together. But I do feel like there's a period of time where you kind of shove your emotions for this person like to the side, or, you know, you kind of, like I said, almost like back burner. Tell me why Temperance reverse with the Four of Swords reverse. Page of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Wands. So you're going to get frustrated at times, possibly, because it feels like this is someone where there's a lot of potential, or maybe you even feel like the world or the universe keeps kind of bringing you guys back to each other, but it really feels like it's hard to like date or get to know or really kind of explore and grow this. Tell me why the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Who's their future spouse? Yeah, the World, Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups reversed. So in that time, or in that period of months or years that you know this person, it feels like you are closing off other cycles in your life. And you're going to be back and forth over what is it that you want or who you want or what this is. So there's a lot of growth. That's why it's like slow and steady here between you and your future spouse. But this does feel like this is someone that you know for quite some time before you guys are actually together. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Nine of Swords in reverse, Nine of Pentacles, learning to be on your own. It's interesting because remember when I said like overcorrect? Did I say that? I feel like I did at some point. This might be you as well. This might be that it takes you a long time to open up. And this feels like you fall in love or you have emotions, but you're just not ready. Again, it's like on the back burner. It's almost like the idea of love is great, but then when it comes down to it, you may be feeling some type of way about actually receiving it and giving and receiving, you know? All right, so this is indicators of who this person is, how they're going to come into your life, and what the vibe is going to be like, all right? There's going to be some kind of interesting moments between you and this person that you're going to be like, well, what is that about? Because they might be impulsive, or maybe there's a little bit of, I don't know, yeah, there's impulsivity that's coming through, but then at the same time, it's like they don't open up, or you don't, or I'm not letting go. It feels like maybe there's like a control issue as well. All right, let's see. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 1. What's their first spicy moment or time? When's the first time they get spicy with their future spouse? What's it like? What happens between them? What can we know? The first time that my group number 1s end up having a spicy moment with their future spouse. What's that going to be like? What's going to happen between them? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group 1s. The first time that they have a spicy moment with their future spouse. What's it going to be like? What can they expect? We have the Chariot. We have the Hierophant. Okay. Eight of Swords. So you're really nervous. This is giving like they picked you up in their car, or they're taking you somewhere, or you guys are going somewhere with that Chariot and the Hierophant. So that even if you're like on public transport, you're nervous like sitting this close next to them, or it's like we're very aware of like their breath, like their movements, your movements. It's like everything feels so intense. Ace of Wands, King of Wands. Yeah, because this person's got you feeling dizzy. This person's got you feeling dizzy in the best of ways. You're nervous. So this person is being very cool, very casual, very hot, but also very, very laid back. They're going with the flow. And at the same time, it's almost like you are hyper aware of everything. Someone here is hyper aware. If you're someone that isn't, or if this doesn't sound like you, then it's not. But someone here, it's almost like, you know how your senses get heightened when like your eyes are covered, you know, like this is showing a blindfold, but I can smell, I can hear, I can taste, I can feel. It's like all of this stuff is heightened. Now, this Hierophant tells me we're on a proper date. So this feels like, okay, this person made a move. They made plans. It literally feels like they're kind of swooping in and handling it, meaning they already know where you guys are going. So if you guys are walking there, they're leading the way, or they know exactly where you guys are heading. If they are driving, this is like they come and pick you up. They get out of the car. They like go, they open the door for you. It does feel like it would be something like that, where they are very confident because they know the neighborhood, they know the drive. It's like there isn't like fumble. This person's really cool. But because of that, we're like, oh, I'm so nervous to be in this closed space with this person. All right, we have it 9 of Cups in reverse. Tell me why the Hierophant. Messages from my group number 1s. Their first spicy moment with their future spouse. What ends up happening? Why the Hierophant? We have Judgment reverse. All right, so we are ignoring it, right? It's like we want to be close, or we are aware that our knee or their knee is kind of hitting ours, sitting next to each other, especially if it's like public transport. For those of you that are driving, it's like we're almost very aware of like this person's like elbow on like the center console or something. Maybe their hands kind of waving around, and it's almost like so close to just like reach out and like hold it, or like maybe it's like close to your leg or your thigh. There's something here where it's like we're brushing, or we're kind of skimming the surface, and we're really trying hard to pretend like we're not razzle dazzled by it. So we're acting very proper. We're like, no, I'm holding out, or I'm, you know, it's like we're being very, with that Hierophant, it's almost like very proper. Tell me why the Eight of Swords. Ten of Cups reverse. Why the Ace of Wands? Page of Pentacles reverse. The Hermit. And why the Hangman? The Knight of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles. So this person is putting the moves on you slowly throughout the night, or throughout the encounter, throughout the date. There is this feeling here of, I do think that your nervousness, or there's someone here is coming through as being maybe a little uptight, but it's not uptight. It's almost like a, hey, if I just have a little cocktail, maybe I'll relax. If that's not you, you know that's not you. Then bitch, maybe you guys walk around the block and you're like, okay, I'm chill now. Whatever it is, it does feel like before you kind of chill out, it is coming through as almost like sitting up really straight. My back is straight. You know, my hands are on my lap. Like, not, I'm obviously, it's not exactly like that. It's just, that's the vibe where it feels, again, I'm very hyper aware. Now, someone here could also be nervous that the other person doesn't want to be touched, or doesn't like it, or, you know, so it's like, if you're kind of wanting to hold their hand, or if they're kind of, you know, kind of putting it out there but not really going for it, it's almost like we might be testing the waters. So it does feel like there's like build up to it, but you guys are not starting off as being all hee hee ha ha, can't wait to get our hands all over each other. I mean, I'm sure after the initial whatever ends up happening between you guys, you know, it might get a little bit like that, but for now we're very, very it's like constrained. Is that a word? All right, so this does feel like it would be a kiss at the end of the night, or something tender if it isn't a kiss. It's almost like they won't go for it if you look like, if you're not kind of showing the interest or invitation. So if you are nervous, it could come off as like, okay, well, we just won't, or, you know, that they will have like sweet words for you, and maybe even like, I am getting almost like a touch your hair, or like the back of your neck, almost like kind of like feeling it out to see if you'll maybe like lean into it, and you're kind of like, so I do want to say, babe, someone is coming through as being very like shy or nervous, or it's almost like we forget what it's like to, that we're adults, or that we are, you know, that we are, it's okay to do this. Tell me why the Ace of Wands and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Devil. Ten of Swords in reverse. So yeah, this person's attraction and them, you know, wanting to see if they can get a little touchy, it's definitely there. But we are stopping ourselves. For some of you guys, there could be like cocktails involved. Like I said, I was like joking about like drinking a cocktail and getting a little more relaxed. But for some of you guys, maybe we are getting a little bit more loose, a little more relaxed. And then that's when we get closer to each other. There is this like coming closer in proximity that this person is trying to do. They're trying to get you alone, or they're trying to get really cozied up next to you. The Empress, they're showing you a lot of interest. You're not having to do a thing. You're not having to move. They're coming towards you, but they are going to be hanging back until they see if you are going to be receptive. And then what happens? Six of Cups, Ace of Swords, Justice reverse. You guys kiss. And this feels like your kiss is really like full of like, it's like sentimental, or it's like, I don't know if that's the right word. There is a lot of like cute, sweet emotion behind it. I do think it's like a little sentimental. It's sweet. It feels romantic. It feels like it's very sweet. It could definitely be like end of the night, or even if it's not end of the night, it feels like it gets cut short. Why? Justice reverse, Emperor reverse, Ten of Wands. Oh, they want more. Oh, they want so much more than just the kiss. This person's like, oh. This person's like, should I, shouldn't I? Ace of Cups reverse. They're going to hold back. King of Swords. Knight of Wands. Yeah, so the kiss is going to be sweet. This person's going to want like more than just that. But I do feel like we pull back and then we carry on. Yeah, you guys could still very well have like the night left ahead of you, or the date. This even feels like the Ten of Pentacles could be at your apartment or your house door, where it's like they drop you off and then that's when this happens. The Strength card, they're holding back. Four of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's almost this energy of like, I can't wait for next time. So that's what I'm picking up. I pick up that you guys are definitely approaching this connection with this person, or at least this date or whatever's going on in your connection. You're approaching it with caution, but you're also, I feel like you're wanting to do things like, I just heard like the right way or something like that. So yeah, it doesn't feel like you are interested in having some reoccurring situation with maybe this person. All right. And who knows, the one that's nervous, it could be them. But someone here was coming through as being nervous. All right, what else, please? We have salty AF. So there could be something in the past that happened, or someone was salty over a past event. Mr. Salty. I wonder if this person iced them out. Yeah, I feel like you're purposely kind of like, nope. And this person's like wanting more. And maybe you're kind of like, okay, I'll see you later. And you like close the door. You close the door on them and you're like, all right, well, if they call me back, or if they're consistent, or, you know, it's almost like a wait till next time. All right. And then we have, you're being checked out. So yeah, this person is going to be liking what they see. All right. We have WJT. We have Jack with the JK, not the Joker. Theo. LM, Liam, Christopher, Kristen, JN, Janelle, Jane, Jenna, Jan, maybe something about January, Jamal, Weekend, Mick, Mitch, MJ, Mid, CD or DC, AK, Them, Thaddeus, Dak. That also makes me think of like Thai, like Thailand. Oh, there's Thai. All right. Oh, that J literally jumped off the table, you guys. That's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Please take care, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number twos. If you picked this Ace of Pentacles sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. You guys know why you're here today. Today we are going to be talking about a little bit about your future spouse, who they are, but more so about your first spicy moment with them, whether it's a kiss or a full-on hookup. I don't know. We're going to be asking the question and seeing what we can learn today. I do want to tell you guys there are certain topics on the channel that I feel are more triggering to the audience than others, and anything relating to your future spouse or or your next relationship or who you're going to end up with. Those seem to stir up the most emotion. And I do want to remind you that if you don't like what I'm describing here, or if it's, if it's something that you don't want, or you've been there, done that, that's okay, my love. It just probably means it's not for you today. It is a collective reading, and not everything that you hear is meant for you. Besides that, though, let's try to have fun with it. But if at any moment you are not having fun, then it's probably just a sign to click off. Okay, with all that being said, after doing a million love readings, I've noticed a trend here. All right, babes, let's see what we can learn, okay? All right, let's see. Who is this going to be? Going to be this lucky person that is your future spouse, my group twos. All right, let's tap in. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number twos. All right, messages for my group twos, please. Messages for my group number twos. Who is their future spouse? Who's my group two's future spouse? What can we know about this person? Oh my goodness. What is going on here? All right, let's try that again. Who's my group number two's future spouse? What can we know about this person? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group twos. What can we know about their future spouse? We have 10 of Cups reversed. Who is their future spouse? Who's my group two's future spouse? Page of Cups reversed. Temperance reversed. Okay. So this is going to be someone that, this is your soulmate, but it does feel that the way that they grew up or something that was going on in their family really discouraged them from either sharing their feelings or from helping them feel safe with sharing their feelings. So in return, it's like you're going to trigger that within them, where it's like they have to deal with that. And then they're going to trigger within you whatever insecurities you have that this type of behavior or this type of maybe you know, what they're going through or how they're kind of treating the situation, what that triggers within you. And it's almost like you guys are both going to be having to like handle your shit in different ways, of course. I do feel like early on, you feel like something is really special about this person or about this connection, but you might find it frustrating because of everything that feels stacked against why this would make sense, or it working out, or this actually being your person. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. You guys could be with other people. Someone here could be in another relationship, or if it's not that, it's maybe we met when we were younger or when something was going on in our family. It's almost like maybe the timing of things. I do feel like family or time and place in your life and their life, that is a factor here in this person and in you guys meeting and coming together. Like I said, I do feel like there's early on recognition of, hey, there's something special here, or this feels different, or I feel very bonded, or maybe, you know, I feel like this person's my soulmate, but on the surface, it just may not feel like it makes sense. Tell me why the Page of Cups in reverse. Who's my group number one's future spouse? Why the Page of Cups in reverse? 3 of Swords reverse. Why Temperance reverse? 3 of Wands reverse. Tell me why the Queen of Wands in reverse. 7 of Wands. Yeah, this is someone that I feel triggers either a lot of like insecurity or frustration and makes you get really like defensive. So this could even be someone that you're like, no, they're not for me, or it's not them, or it's like maybe they're even kind of in that energy too. It almost feels like you guys are fighting each other, meaning like fighting the connection. And maybe this is even going to be someone that you like see signs, or you kind of throughout life, or, you know, they pop up, or, and it's like, it could be like very frustrating, or it leaves you feeling like you have to defend yourself or like protect yourself in some kind of way. Now, I do feel like your future spouse, their way of either keeping the peace or of keeping from being heartbroken, again, could be not to share how they feel, or they just don't feel safe, or they didn't grow up feeling safe to share or to like be vulnerable. And so because of that, it does feel like, I don't know. There's something here about the past that kind of holds things up, or that keeps things like a little stale for a little bit. All right, tell me about the Two of Cups. Who's my group number 2's future spouse? Now, this energy of like being stuck, this could be if we are in a different relationship and kind of giving our time and energy to that instead of like being open and moving forward. Because like I said, it could be something from the past. I'm not necessarily convinced that it's another relationship. Maybe it's not an existing relationship. Maybe it's, you know, something old. I don't know. But it does feel like it's not something that is going on in the present between you and this person. All right, tell me why the Two of Cups. Strength reverse. Tell me why the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Who's their future spouse? The Fool reverse. Yeah. Someone here has to go through, or maybe both of you have to go through some challenges in order to free yourselves or be able to open up to new experiences. It does feel like it's something that makes us unavailable, whether that is a focus on money, or maybe there's, like I said, we're not available. And maybe it's just that we're not ready. Maybe someone is, I think, dealing with a lot of healing. Or it could even be triggering each other through a lot of healing. And the one thing holding you guys together is the strongest thing, which is these Two Cups. Strength reverse. It's like that almost feels like effortless, or it's like that doesn't, it's not forced, you know? All right, who's their future spouse? What else can we know about their future spouse? Messages for my group number 2s. Who's their future spouse? We have Five of Cups. Why the Five of Cups? Chariot reverse, Three of Cups reverse. This is someone that you're going to be upset about or frustrated with, that maybe you had feelings, or maybe there's a part of you that does like them or does want them, or, you know, but again, there's like this big kind of block. And so we might be very focused on that this would just be a short-term connection, or it's almost like maybe we have this idea in our head and we're fighting, again, we're fighting it off, or we're staying very protective. Tell me why Temperance reverse with the Three of Wands reverse. Six of Cups. But you're so drawn to them, and you're almost annoyed because it does feel like your soulmate, or it does feel like you have like recognition, or, you know, it feels very familiar. Tell me why the Queen of Wands in reverse with the Seven of Wands. Five of Wands. But you just want to fight them. 10 of Wands. You just want to fight. Someone here is just fighting. Yeah, I don't know if you're like nitpicking why it wouldn't work, or who this person is, or I don't know. There's something here. There's a fight coming through with somebody. But you just can't help it in your heart. You feel, you know, this person's your soulmate. You've tried to move on. Or you will. Or maybe we need to move on from that old thing. And when this person comes in, you come into their life, they come into your life, you guys really just break out a flashlight and shine lights into dark corners that we need to deal with. And it's not fun for either of you. Right? That's like the handling your shit part. Tell me why the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, the Fool reverse. Knight of Pentacles, not going anywhere. Five of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse. So maybe you're like, you know what? I'm going to go focus on my health, my lifestyle, my money. There's something here where it's like no love, or I fuck the romance. So, you know, it's really interesting. There's a real thin line between love and hate going on here between you and your future spouse. It could, yeah. I'm not sensing hate, but I'm sensing like a can't live with him, can't live without him. The Hangman, nothing moving forward. Five of Swords reverse, I don't want to worry about it anymore. Eight of Cups, I'm going to walk away. Six of Swords, moving on. Seven of Swords in reverse, being honest with myself. It didn't go anywhere. But now I'm ignoring. I'm healing. Trying to be happy. I don't know, bitch, because I almost feel like this person's like mirroring you, because they kind of are doing the same thing, and then they're going to pop up and try to be all like trying to show you that like you can count on them, you can rely on them, and you're going to be looking at them like side-eyeing them like crazy. All right, well, let's see what your first spicy moment is like with your future spouse. All right, thank you, Spirit. What can we know? What can you tell us? My group number 2s, their first spicy moment with their future spouse. What's going to happen between them? The spicy moment or spicy encounter. What's going to happen between them? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 2s. Their first spicy moment with their future spouse. What's going to happen between them? What can they expect? We have 3 of Cups in reverse. What's their first spicy moment together? Page of Pentacles. All right, 3 of Cups in reverse, Page of Pentacles, 3 of Wands in reverse. Their first spicy moment together. Okay, so you guys are hanging out. Interesting. Okay, so your first spicy moment with your future spouse is you guys are hanging out, but it's either not planned or you're like, wait, are we friends? Is this a date? There's almost like you're really looking at them and you're like, wait, are they for real right now? Because there's almost like a change in their behavior or their dynamic that you haven't seen before, and you're literally questioning like, oh, whoa, what is going on here? Oh, where is this leading? So I do feel like you guys are together or doing something that you don't normally get to do. Or it's like a hangout turned date, but we're like, wait, is it a date? Because it wasn't planned. It feels like we were either just going to be catching up, or we were just going to be talking, or we were going to, you know, maybe you guys had plans with that Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Tell me about their first spicy moment. Why the 3 of Wands in reverse? Queen of Cups in reverse. Why the 2 of Swords? So you're thinking of the last time. So if you have history with this person, or if there's a past relationship in your mind, it feels like you're thinking about last time. And maybe you're pulling back, or I don't know, maybe that's why there's almost like a lot of questions kind of coming in, where you're really like observing this person. They're being really sweet, and I think that's why you're like, wait a second, because they're almost, look how he has his like thumb on his mouth, like he's like about to be too cool and like wipe his mouth. Because he's like, hey, do you want anything? You want me to go get you something? I'm going to go get another drink. You want one? Or it's like there's something here, and you're like, wait a damn minute. What is this person up to? And it's not that you don't want it, but look at like the eyes here peeking from above the book. It's almost like you're like, Maybe you feel like you're reading them like a book. Tell me why the Moon reverse. Their first spicy moment. And tell me why the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so this person might even ask you like, hey, do you want to go somewhere quieter? The 4 of Swords, do you want to retreat somewhere? And a part of you, you're like, you want to, but at the same time, you really are questioning if you should. Yeah. Because there is this energy here of it's fun right now, or it's all fun and games, but it's almost like the answer you give them isn't a clear yes or a clear no. I feel like you're either like buying a little bit of time, or if you're going along with it and you're like, okay, you're still going into it like apprehensive, or like with is this really happening? Like that's the energy where you might be like, are they really doing this? Is this really happening? Tell us more. Why the Page of Pentacles with the Page of Cups? What's going to happen? Their first spicy moment or spicy encounter. The High Priestess, the King of Cups. Yeah, because it's unspoken and it's very strong. And it's almost like this person might even kind of be making gestures or doing things that are very like sweet and affectionate. But I do think it has you kind of like looking at them a little bit through like, you know, squinted eyes a little bit, like I know what you're doing, or I know that there's feelings here, but you're not fully convinced, or you're not kind of fully giving in. Why the Three of Wands in reverse with the Queen of Cups in reverse? 10 of Wands reverse, 4 of Pentacles. You also don't want to do something that you're going to be like, that's going to stress you out later, or that maybe you're going to regret. So I do feel like you're keeping very reserved. All right, what's going to happen between my group number 2s and their future spouse the first time that they have a spicy encounter? Tell me more. Magician reverse. So this person's trying. You know, they're either trying to like get your attention or trying to see if you'll be receptive. I do think that this does feel like a hangout turn date, or they're trying to, and you're kind of like not so fast buddy. It's almost like you're like, hey, no free passes here, or I'm not going to help you. It's like if you want to date me or if you want to do this, like you have to ask, or, you know, it's like there is something here where you kind of know what this person is up to. And I do think that you are saying not so fast. Chariot reverse. All right, now tell me why the 5 of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords and the 9 of Wands, 5 of Cups, and the 7 of Wands. Yeah, so I don't know, guys. There's either some sadness or shame or regret, or maybe it's like you feel like they might ghost you. So I'm not picking up. I think if we're picking up on anything, is that this is the time when you see what they're up to, or you see that they want to get closer, or they want to get physical, or they are being more attentive to you, to see if you'll be like more affectionate or open or attentive to them. And I think you're just processing, and like I said, that you don't want to do anything that you're going to regret, or you maybe have been ghosted in the past, or, you know, there is this wound that kind of shows up in regards to that. So you guys might end up like talking like for a really long time about all kinds of stuff. Yeah, and so you guys end up learning things about each other, and it actually becomes like a quite healing conversation. And so it does feel like after that, that's when you loosen up, and then that's when we kiss. That's when we're giggly. This person, they're going to have to, it's going to take a lot of like almost like massaging, right? Or like working the situation to get you to loosen up, or to get you to open up. Okay. So it feels like this is kind of the start of it, or this is kind of where it comes up. You guys have like a really great time together. You guys either grew up very similarly, or very different cultures, but compatible, you know, or like understand. There is this energy here of reminiscing on like nostalgia, how we grew up, the music we used to like, how things used to be, childhood, things like that. Okay. It feels like you guys are sharing stories. So what starts off as an uncomfortable kind of situation where you're like, I see what you're up to, it turns into, I don't know, somewhat of a cathartic, almost like experience, because it feels like this is like afterwards, it's almost like a breath of fresh air, or it's like a burden has been lifted, because it's like, wow, we finally connected, or I finally feel like I know this person. So it feels good. Okay, my group 2s. Slow and steady. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group 2s. What else can we know, please? Their first spicy moment or encounter with their future spouse. We have be extra mindful of your words. So you are being very, very mindful of the situation and the circumstances. We have long journey ahead. We did talk about that. This is just the beginning. This person's going to have to really work at gaining your trust. Then we have crybaby. You kind of did it to yourself, bud. So this could have been their own doing. They could have maybe betrayed you or ghosted or done something that showed some inconsistency, and so you could have pulled back. Then we have, you got the juice right, and then make the first move. So someone here trying to gain the confidence to make the first move. We do have Mr. Salty at the bottom of the deck. I wasn't going to bring that out, but I always think it's funny when that one shows up. This card has made me literally laugh out loud in my own readings before, when I've asked about people and they show up as Mr. Salty, and I'm like, fuck yeah, they are. Oh no. And then to just, Mr. coming through again. Maya, Mia, May, HUWW, crew. Someone could be part of a crew, or works in a job where they have a crew, or be part of your crew, maybe similar group. We have UK, we have GR and HR. All right. My group number 2s, that's what I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. I hope it resonated. Please take care, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number 3s. If you picked this King of Wands sticker, then welcome to your reading, friends. Today we have a little future spouse reading. There is some focus on who this person is, but most of the focus is going to be on your first spicy moment or encounter with them. So yeah, we're going to be opening up the reading by asking a little bit about this person, and then we'll move into the fun stuff. Well, hopefully it's all fun stuff. But I do want to tell you guys, I do understand there are certain topics on the channel that are more triggering than others. And when we talk about your future spouse, your next relationship, anything that talks about who you're going to end up with, those seem to be quite triggering for the collective. So this is your reminder that if you don't like the energy that I'm describing, if it feels confusing or chaotic, or just not someone or something you can imagine wanting to partake in, by all means, my loves, it just probably means it's not for you. It's just me and my little cards out here, just reading stories. So if it just doesn't fit, it just doesn't, and that's okay. No need to get all worked up and upset over things, okay? Especially not things that you hear on the tarot channel. But I understand wanting to come to these readings and wanting to relax and hear things that help us feel good. And that is obviously my intention, but I can only read honestly what I see on the table. You guys already know that. All right, so my group 3s, let's tap in. Let's see what we can learn about your future spouse. All right, thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 3s. Oh my God, why was I going to call you group 1s? That's so weird. My group 3s, please. Messages for my group number 3s. What can we know? What can you tell us? Thank you, Spirit. Their future spouse. Can we learn a little bit about their future spouse? Messages for my group 3s and their future spouse. What can we know? What can you tell us? Messages for my group number 3s. Who is their future spouse? What can we know about that? Messages for my group number 3s. Who's their future spouse? We have the Page of Swords in reverse. We have the Hermit in reverse. Who's their future spouse? 8 of Swords in reverse. Well, it's someone that, 8 of Wands in reverse. It's someone that has either an issue with communication. Yeah, because it feels like you guys on and off talk, or maybe it's someone that's a little bit in and out of your life, or you guys talk on and off, Why the Page of Swords in reverse? Hierophant in reverse. Why the Hermit in reverse? Page of Pentacles. Why the 8 of Wands in reverse? 8 of Cups. Why Justice reverse? The Hierophant. 10 of Wands. Page of Cups in reverse. All right, so this is someone that I feel like you're... It's interesting because it's almost like it's someone that you guys are friends, but you kind of go between having a crush on them and wondering are we just friends, or are we really into each other? It's what is this? Now, this person could be Like they could be in, it's weird. I just got like armed forces, like maybe something like that with Justice reverse and the Hierophant. This could mean like they have to, like there's some kind of duty or something that they might have to do because of their role or their position. Now, this could also be that they are like from another part of the world, maybe. The Justice reverse, this would almost be like immigration or issues because of our background, our culture, our beliefs, or maybe even our position. Like say that this person has like a job or something or a role, and because of that, it's like maybe we feel blocked from the connection. So it's like maybe we are friends, but because of whatever this is that feels like it's not fair or it's not balanced, or maybe we feel like it can't work. It's like maybe that's why we go on and off with this person. Of, you know, do we want them in our life or not? Do we like them or not? Or do they like us? Or because it is this energy here where I think one thing that you guys definitely build is a solid kind of friendship with this person, where maybe there'll be times in your life, or maybe there'll be times when you guys are talking and it's literally just like catching up, or, you know, helping each other out, or, you know, it's like what friends do. Maybe someone even has to move away for a job, or move away, you know, for some of the things that we already talked about with that Justice reverse. If it's not move away, maybe there's a need here to walk away from something that could be either holding us back or blocking us from growing this, or from maybe in life in general. There's like a block here that we need to deal with before love and relationship and all of that can happen. Tell me why the Page of Swords in reverse with the High Priestess reverse. Why the Page of Swords reverse with the High Priestess reverse. Five of Swords. Yeah, so there's something here with either communicating with this person, or maybe you even meet them online, or there's something here about online talking to them. And it feels like you're really conflicted, because the way that they talk to you, or the way that maybe they treat you, or the way that you guys like communicate, it feels one way, but then it's like your feelings are starting, it's like maybe you're starting to catch feelings. And so you're left, I think it feels like you're left like a little conflicted. Maybe you guys might even like kind of stop talking to this person at some point. Again, it just feels like there's something blocking, and it feels like communication's an issue. Why Hermit reverse with the Page of Pentacles? We have Three of Cups in reverse. Tell me why the Eight of Wands reverse with the Eight of Cups. Some of you guys, this could have been like a situation, or if it wasn't like an actual, like if you guys weren't just, you know, in a situationship with this person, maybe it was just like it was never clear. Because it does feel like even if you dated them or hooked up a couple times, you know, maybe that doesn't happen. But for those of you that it does, it feels like there's this energy here of it kind of didn't go anywhere. So maybe this person isn't completely kind of written off. Maybe there's still someone that you would talk to, but it feels like, yeah, it feels like we have to detach at some point, or someone does. We have, it's the timing as well. Like there is something about the timing of things and the circumstances changing for this person, which maybe they do have to do something that they don't want to do, or maybe they have growing up to do, or maybe they have to fulfill some kind of duty or some kind of job, or maybe they have to work their way up. Look, because we have Judgment. Judgment with Justice reverse and the Hierophant. So this is doing something about it, making a judgment call because of the timing of things. So yeah, someone's going to have to walk away. It might be this person that has to walk away, because even though there is love here, it feels like we can't grow until, you know, we probably become who we're supposed to become, or go through some life experiences, or handle something. All right, tell me why the Seven of Swords in reverse with the Ten of Wands. Queen of Wands in reverse, Eight of Swords. So you might feel like a little trapped in this situation with this person. This might be something that kind of weighs heavily, or you feel like maybe you have to be honest about how things can't work or why they're not working, or it's you know, you could even be telling yourself like, this isn't what I want, or this isn't going to give me what I want. So that could be more of that walking away energy. Tell me why the Two of Pentacles with the Page of Cups in reverse. Why the Two of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Five of Wands in reverse, and the Fool reverse. So avoiding conflict, but also like a lack of a new beginning or lack of trust. All right, you guys really care about each other and you love each other. There is a lot of love here, but there is a lot of like world stuff or life stuff that I feel isn't necessarily kind of supporting this connection at some point in time. All right. Some of you guys might even like meet this person on like an app or social media or something like that. It could be, yeah, it could definitely be that. But it feels like there would be like some time, you know, before it really kind of went anywhere. All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's see about your first spicy moment with your future spouse. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group threes, please. Messages for my group threes. Their first spicy moment with their future spouse. What can we know? What can you tell us? My group threes, their first spicy moment with their future spouse. What can they expect? What's going to happen between them? Their first spicy moment. What ends up happening between them and their future spouse? Messages for my group threes. Six of Cups. Justice. Oh, you guys are so tender. Oh, isn't that sweet? You guys are really having a good time. This does feel like you guys are being very affectionate. This feels like cuddly, but this also feels sweet, like hand holding or like arm around you or on the waist, or it's like there's like tender touches here, but there's also like a lot of care. So they're testing the waters by doing this, by giving little touches. Yeah, they know what they're doing. So it's going to be like a little hand holding or, yeah, it's like excuses to touch you. But you guys are very calm. Yeah, and this feels very natural, or it feels very, this person doesn't touch you and you like tense up, or you don't like get on edge. It feels very good. I do think that you guys are being really sweet and affectionate leading up to this. Why the Six of Cups? Page of Wands. Why Justice? The Lovers. Oh yeah. This feels like once you guys start kissing and touching, it's really hard to stop because you guys are very compatible in this area. It does feel like your kisses like flow into each other. It doesn't feel like there's this awkward kind of bumping into each other like teeth, or you know, it feels like you guys are very familiar to each other, very playful, very comfortable. I do feel like there is a lot of kissing. Once you guys start making out, it's not that it gets hot and heavy. It's just, it lingers. And then we do it again. And then we do it again. And then we are out on a date. And then we do it again. It's like almost like this, the comfort of like that the early phases in a relationship where you're excited to kiss. Oh my God, I don't even remember what that's like. That was like 500 years ago for me. So the fact that it's coming flooding through the reading, I hope some of you guys are being reminded too, because holy fuck, what does that feel like? You're about to find out, bitch. All right. Very cute. It's cute. It's cute. The Ace of Wands. Yeah, you guys might end up doing it. Yeah, but there's like this energy of pretending like we don't want to, not pretending, but it's almost like we're almost like, it's like you guys are kissing and it's like turning to rubbing, or it's getting a little more intense, and we're both almost like in denial, or we're both kind of like, oh no, you know, that's not where it's going to go. But it could very well, this group could very well end up getting all spicy on the first time or night one, because this definitely feels like it could turn into a little sweet makeout session before we know it. I mean, even if you guys don't like have like full on, you know, sex, this can lead to like rubbing, right? With that Ace of Wands. I mean, look, the Ace of Wands. It's like an electric bolt, and then it's dripping from the top. Not the drip. You guys are going to kiss a lot. Yeah, it's going to be really sweet. And someone, this isn't for everyone, but for some of you guys, one of you guys are going to end up finishing. I mean, yeah, it does feel that way. And it feels like you guys are, I mean, this feels really sweet. Six of Wands, the Emperor. Oh, of course, it's the Emperor. Yeah, you guys are going to be feeling really good. All right. It feels like this person's a good kisser. It feels like you guys are good kissers together. All right. There is something here about the dark or being in the dark. Maybe someone's trying to go, like, this does feel like someone back to their house or your house. All right. Page of Wands, Page of Swords, Ten of Wands. Yeah, you guys are going to be real horny after this. So you guys could be talking about want to come over, or, you know. All right, you guys are super compatible. Chemistry, all of that good stuff. You guys were the most compatible group off the get-go. Not saying the others won't end up having a good chemistry or good sex life with their partners, but you guys from like off the bat, you guys are you guys are doing fun things together. All right, let's get you guys some oracle cards and some initials before we close out your reading. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for my group number 3s. Messages for my group 3s. We have trust the universe. We have ho ho ho's. I love the shaking. That's so funny, the twerking. We have Hershey. Yeah, so you guys, I think once you start kissing, I think you guys are going to have a good time. Like maybe you guys are like dancing too, and you're like shaking it on them. Or yeah, because it does feel like we're touching, we're rubbing, we're getting real into it. Scrumptious, yeah, fun dip. Listen, someone's trying to dip in. You guys both like what you see, and mostly I'm getting you like what you're touching. And then we have, it's about to be like super lit. This one to me is an indicator of home. Again, you know, it could be like a, hey, this feels really good. Do you want to go somewhere? And then we have accept the truth no matter how bitter. Listen, this is penicillin, so hopefully that's not something that someone needs. Hopefully not. Next to super lit, you know, I do have to say, like, just, you know, I don't know, be careful. Not the flare-ups, bitch. We have never had that in the channel, but I can't ignore the super lit next to the penicillin. The penicillin does say, accept the truth no matter how bitter. So yeah, I don't know if there's a bitter truth to be told, but maybe. We're going to leave it there, okay? Super interesting. My group number 3 is that's what I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated, or you at least found it entertaining. Please take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you the next one. Thanks, guys.